Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking. Just a recap on the Jay Slater case. We know that obviously the coroner's court resumes tomorrow, and it'll be Thursday. I think Ali said it is a 10 a.m. start, basically, and hopefully that will get some kind of justice for Jay Slater, or there's a possibility that it may be adjourned again. So the 19-year-old Jay Slater, British tourist, went missing in Tenerife on June the 17th, 2024. Supposedly on that day, his body was later found in a ravine near the village of Masca after a month-long search. An inquest is ongoing to determine the circumstances surrounding his death. Disappearance: Jay Slater went missing after attending a music festival and attempting to walk back to his accommodation, which was, we know that it was said to be over 10 and a half hours to actually get back to where he was staying, which is absolutely incredible. And this is one of the reasons why I actually put this video on, because you've got people actually trekking around the Masca Mountains and to the gorge this one is, and it just seems so dangerous with someone in shorts and you're not with a guide as well. And the other thing is, a lot of these videos I have watched, there's so many people walking around. Especially on the tracks and where the trails and stuff. It's just unbelievable. Final contact: he made a panicked phone call to a friend saying he was lost, dehydrated, and had very little battery life on his phone. But like I said, there's no proof of those phone calls, because Lucy have said basically that to Haley Comet that all of her basically messages and stuff, she deleted it as she didn't think it would be useful. Yeah, right. Unbelievable. Search efforts: a large-scale search involving police, mountain rescue teams, and volunteers was launched. But if you remember, when DTR was there, he turned around and said the police, on many occasions, weren't really do that much. They were just standing around and talking, making out they were doing things, because I think that they knew where Jay was. Body found: Jay Slater's body was discovered in a ravine near Masca, close to his last known phone location. Obviously, if it was near his last phone basically ping, then why wasn't his body found sooner? These are the questions that people have asked in this case and continue to ask. A lot of people think that, including myself, that his body was probably placed there and kept somewhere else. And that's where obviously the Maruba boat, Airbnb and caves have come into this story as well. Inquest: an inquest is underway to investigate the cause and circumstances of his death, including the presence of drugs and alcohol in his system. Obviously, it's said that basically Jay had basically stolen Ket from Abe, and that was one of the reasons why he was running from the Airbnb. But Abe actually didn't say that. That was MWT who actually brought that up, but we never actually heard that from Abe himself. A watch was supposedly stolen, and then Jay was supposed to put out a Snapchat and tell people that he'd stolen a watch with two Marley boys that got launched out of a club, and now they're going to sell it, which was, I think, one of the biggest red flags in Jay going missing. Because like I said, I think this is when people actually realised that there's so much else involved in this case. The other thing is the drug and alcohol found in this system. We know Jay looked pretty hammered at the end of the night and was falling over. At the end of the day, there were a lot of people around him, his friends, which didn't help him or got him out of there earlier and take him home to the hospital or to bed. That never ever made sense to me. Difficult terrain: the search area in Tenerife de Teno Park was challenging, with steep cliffs, gorges, and dense vegetation. Don't forget, I did a video on Warren the other day, and he said that he doesn't really think that Jay made that walk, and he called it BS. And someone in that state of mind that Jay was in, how could he get that far? It's just It's you know, it just makes me, you know, feel more that he walked for 2.5 hours with no water, no food. That just doesn't make sense to me. Inquest details: the inquest said that Jay Slater had injuries consistent with the fall from heights. But yeah, we heard about the head injuries and, you know, cranial neck injuries, but we didn't hear of any other sort of body parts at the moment, which break-in toxicology report indicates traces of MDMA, MDA, cocaine, and alcohol in his system, but the exact amounts and time relative to his death could not be determined. Some witnesses, including individuals who were with Jay before his disappearance, have not responded to the request to give evidence at the inquest. And don't forget, some of these, I believe this to be Brad, Brandon, and Lucy, basically didn't want to obviously tell the court who they were if they got phone calls or the police that they're not the people that the police or the court who were looking for, which is very, very strange. That tells me that they didn't expect this case to go as far as it does. We know there's so many red flags. There are absolutely thousands of Jay Slater videos out there. You can watch it through Mama D, myself, Streamline Entertainment. Ali've done loads of videos on my channel about the Jay Slater case as well, and made her points of view as well. There is Wax and Duncan, who's been absolutely brilliant on this case and have done hundreds of videos themselves on the Jay Slater case. The inquest was adjourned at the request of Jay Slater's mother, who was seeking to have key witnesses attend to give evidence. I mean, the big question is, will they be there? We'll just have to wait and see tomorrow. I hope that they are. I hope Abe is there so the family can actually question everything. But I'm sure, like I said, the family want this dealt with and want the truth for once and for all, so they can actually, you know, reflect on the good times they had with their son and not thinking, you know, anything really bad. But the thing is, what we don't want is this case to actually just basically just filter out and we get no justice for Jay Slater. And these people are walking around and can do this to somebody else. So it is very, very important that at least Abe is there, you know, possibly Brad there. We may even be surprised that we may be hear from Lucy. But, you know, don't be surprised, I think, if we just get written statements from a few of supposedly Jay's close friends. And all we're trying to do is to support the family as much as possible. But I think the Thursday and the Friday will actually tell us a lot. I've got a funny feeling it could be adjourned again, depending on the witnesses, but we'll just have to wait and see tomorrow. So that was just a recap on the Jay Slater case. Any points, I will read your messages out tomorrow, people. Thank you for your support. And like I said, we do respect all the other YouTubers and TikTokers that's been on this case. Don't forget, like Marianne Haley Comet, who's been on this case for, you know, since I've been on it, or just before me, the start of Jay Slater going missing. Let's just hope their family do get justice. And like I said, hopefully this may go criminal and the family get what they deserve, which is justice for their son. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and follow the channel. And we are trying to reach the 10,000 mark. So do subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It's just a push of a button. Thank you very much indeed. Take care.